And welcome, everybody, to the AXE+ARCANA fantasy adventure game on the internet broadcast system. How's everybody doing tonight?
Woo!
Super good.
Super good.
General woos. I like it.
And some super goods.
And some super goods. We are still waiting on dusk. So let's see. Get some stuff ready on the back end then before he gets here. All right. Let's do a little catch up of everything. Your party consists of a group of people assembled by the wizard Barris to help fight the darkness that has been spreading in the lands of Ambrosia. You followed a series of clues regarding a dragon. Trevor, your mic is blowing out real hard, bud.
Sorry.
It's okay. I'm not sure if you're blowing on it or what. So your group was investigating a bunch of events related to dragons, and the clues sent you out to discover a set of ruins out in the middle of woods. You encountered a group of bandits or cultists of the like, and in a flash, you were transported to a dense, hot jungle somewhere far off. As you looked around you, Torin, the dwarven cleric, was nowhere to be seen. So the party decided to make for the nearest volcano, reading into the intuition of a dwarf and where they would probably try to find their way. Like water finds a level, dwarves will find volcanoes. When on their path, they see that Torin and one of the cultists are alive, and we're taken to a nest of some giant prehistoric creature. The party made their way to the nest, found Torin, and as they were starting to get their bearings, a roar echoed in the distance. And that is where we will start. Has Dusk replied on that text, perchance?
Nope, I haven't heard.
Let me see my phone.
Mystery.
But we can role play it a little bit. Torin wakes up, your head kind of groggy from the flight, from not being on ground. You're a dwarf, you like sturdy ground, and you were in the air for a while and jostled around. But you've come to in some sort of nest surrounded by large eggs and your compatriots.
I'm pretty sure I woke up with a horrifying scream for the sound of the monster and Dusk just in my face, like shaking me with his like devil horns, and just freak out for a second, almost fall out of the nest.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Maybe when you teleported out, you were just unconscious the whole time. So as you kind of gain your bearings and look out, you see you are nested in this dense, hot jungle, cradled between volcanoes and mountain peaks on all sides of you. This is definitely not where you were in the jungle.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I vaguely remember a shadow and a froomp, and suddenly I'm somewhere else.
Shadow and a frump. Ain't that the way? Yeah, so I'm not sure how long we should wait, because the stuff that we are going to do is it's a little different tonight. So I asked you guys to look at your skills.
Yes.
Maybe get a little more familiar with them. Because tonight I'm going to ask you to be a little more creative with how you overcome obstacles.
Okay.
Boy, I don't want our friend to miss.
Should we try to call him?
Yeah, if you could just give him a ring.
Call him on the live stream. No, wait, don't do that.
All right. Let me see if I can get a hold of him.
I don't know if you saw this tore in last time, but I got live dice added.
Oh, I did. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that touch.
I don't know. I kind of want to go back to the green screen thought now that I'm moved, and then putting the figures closer to the camera so it's more obvious who's who.
Oh yeah.
Building the setting a little more. Maybe like putting the camera on the side.
Hey,
Putting your
Vinny, what's up?
figurines in.
1 second, I'm gonna go say goodnight.
You're doing good.
Here, I'm gonna
You
mute.
know that it's
I'm muting Evil Panda real quick.
Hey, is it weird? I kind of want you to roll the dice for us.
That's old school D&D. If you want me to roll the dice for you, I will.
I'm just thinking because you got it on the screen, it would add a level of realism to it, you know?
But I feel like you get left out. Like what you guys could do is set your webcams to your dice, and then you could share your screens in Discord.
Yeah,
You know.
I guess.
If you're drawing
already...
digitally, I'd love people to share their drawings. I'm gonna unmute.
Well, I just contacted the spirits,
And
it seems that Dust might have thought that it was supposed to be next week. And
oh,
he said to give him 5 to 10 minutes, and he will be
okay,
back into his earthly body.
okay.
shortly.
No worries. We can wait 5 or 10 minutes.
Yeah.
That's my bad. I
Yeah.
should have reached out.
No, that's okay.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
questioned it for a minute because I didn't get the usual group text. I was like, "Is it Wednesday?"
Sorry.
No,
That's like I also rolled out my trash we do that on Wednesdays, and like no one else had, so I was really like, "Is it Tuesday?"
Yeah.
I was reminded with the previous text about looking into our stuff, and I was like, oh, that's right. That's this one.
I should have said, yeah, because this week.
Yeah.
My mind has been
I was just-
elsewhere.
I was just so
it's,
excited.
yeah,
I didn't even.
it's all good, dude. It's been a long week. I'm tired.
Yeah.
I'm exhausted. I've gone back to work and I'm making dough in the kitchen and lifting 50-pound bags of flour, and and I've been sitting in my room for 4 months, so it's taking me a second to get back into
No.
it. I feel better this week, but I'm still like today kicked my butt.
Yeah. No worries. Tonight's going to be try to be fun and a little different. I don't know who's been watching the other streams, but we're going to do something we did with the other party.
Oh no.
Who's
okay.
watching the other game? Trevor's watching the other game, right? And Vinny?
I watched it a little bit.
Yeah.
Yep.
I haven't checked it out yet.
Yeah, two
They
completely
got
different.
they've got a ship, and I'm kind of jealous.
Oh dang!
They got a ship. Damn.
Hey, don't you worry. Hey, don't you worry.
I want like a Falcor or something.
A Falcor.
You want to be a dino rider? I know it.
I can get into that. I can do it.
So this stuff it's a concept I've had, but I'm basing it on the D&D book. The book is called The Tomb of Annihilation, and it takes place on the island of Chult. And Chult is just this, like, the D&D world is European fantasy, right? Yada, yada, yada. But this is the island that the gods aren't allowed there. So it's kind of, dinosaurs are still around. And it's got more of like a pulpy feel to it. So I'm using a lot of the stuff from those books to fill it out. So if you're looking for inspiration, the continent is Chult, Chult, and the book is The Tomb of Annihilation. Just if you're looking for inspiration.
It's like a name, Tomb of Annihilation.
Yeah.
What's Chult short for?
Charles
Chult-
Schultz.
Chulton.
Chultlesworth. Let's see. So I was asking Waddle before the game, like, if you're still happy with your background, both of you too. If you feel like there's more about your background you'd like to explore, or, you know, I want to make sure you guys feel like your characters are invested in the story. So if you've ever got thoughts about stuff that you don't necessarily want the other players to hear,
Okay.
you know.
Yeah, I did want to talk to you about. I remember when we were still in Civilization, we kind of had the whole merchant guild kind of like trying to do that deal.
Yeah.
And I was going to talk to you about that with my character maybe connection, but yeah, we can do that later.
Yeah. Yeah, stuff like that for sure. If you're just like pouring through the books and you see something that's just interesting to you, bring it up and we'll figure it out.
Yeah, I've copied out the page of with the Forge domain thing because I keep feeling like I don't remember all the stuff that's involved in that, so I have it on hand right now. So
Oh, cool.
try to do that more often. Lots of cool stuff.
Yeah.
The coolest.
Did we say that was in? That's not in the core book, right? That was in one of the other.
That's in the Xanathar's guide.
Xanathar's guide.
Along with what might have been cooler of the Grave domain, like how badass would that have been?
I mean, if you want to redo it, we can talk.
No.
about it.
This is also cool.
Oh man.
Xanathar's.
I actually did think about a totally different character maybe we'll use in the future of because I just finished playing the most recent Pokemon.
Oh yeah.
It'd be fun to be like a gnome who just like wants to capture all these monsters and stuff.
There's somebody who is kickstarting a book for like Pokemon battles in the 5th edition set.
Oh, that's
like for
cool.
training pets. I'll look up the name for it, and
Yeah.
if you get that content, want to use it, I'm down for it.
Yeah, I thought you were gonna say because I just saw someone else, an artist I follow, kickstart a pin collector's pin set, volume 2 of it's cute. He's called Bestiary Larry.
Oh, I feel like I've seen that.
Probably yeah, because they're just really cute cartoon versions of monsters and stuff. I'm like, man, this is great.
Forge domain. Let's see. I'm gonna look at this real quick.
Hey guys.
Hey, Dusk, welcome back.
Hey!
Sorry for not being having open communication with you. It's my fault.
No, I got my days mixed up. Also, I played a game of Pathfinder this weekend, so I totally got my D&D weeks screwed up and shit. So yeah, sorry.
It's all right.
Sounds like you're cheating on us.
I'm cheating on you.
You're cheating on us with Pathfinder. Sexy Pathfinder.
What's
Pathfinder got that we don't.
Feats. Feats.
And cool points.
Mounts too, probably.
If you guys are ever interested in trying a different rule set too, like we can always pause this game and try something else. Like I've been looking at the Cyberpunk Red rules.
Hey, we're not.
We are live. We are live.
We're live. We're not streaming our video faces, are we? Because I can take my shirt off, right?
You can take your shirt off, yeah.
Woo!
Oh boy.
Let me know once you're all settled down, and we'll get Tango in.
Just
funny,
take the shirt off, Vinny. Take it off slowly.
Hey, everyone, cool your loins.
I always assumed Trevor was in character and just sitting around in full bondage gear.
Full bondage. James Bondage.
Trevor and I were talking about his background a little bit. I think we got something fun.
Yep.
Play around with.
Yep.
So Sean, we were looking at your Blessing of the Forge, right?
Yeah, that too.
So you can at second level you can channel divinity to create single items. Did you see that?
Yeah, it looks like now I can do that, but yeah, it looks like it's sort of like what is it that like an alchemy rule? Like I have to have like an equal exchange of metals, sort of. So
Yeah.
if I have something extra, I can whenever we camp, I can kind of make it to be a weapon, or if we need a certain tool or something like that.
Cool.
So I can do without having to have a forge or anything like that.
Yeah. One of you guys has the forged tooth.
No, that's true. I'm carrying that, aren't I?
So there you go. All right. Dusk, are you all settled in?
Hey, can I have the forged tooth? I actually have this little ceramic tooth that somebody made. Do you guys remember Max from the store?
Yes.
I can't really hear you.
Do you remember Max from the toy store?
Yes.
He used to make all ceramic things, and he gave me a ceramic dragon tooth. I'll send you guys a picture of it in the chat, but can I be the one that's holding the tooth? Because I have this tooth.
It's kind of a stretch for a reason to hold it. Magical too.
I mean, I literally have the object in my hands.
I paid for this from Velvet.
I'll send you a picture of it.
Yeah, we see.
All right. So, I caught everybody up. Dusk, you guys woke Torin up in the nest, surrounded by eggs, and there's also a hooded bandit. One of the cultists from the ritual is in this nest as well. You woke Torin up, and he also woke up to the sound of the roar approaching. Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. All
Wake up,
right.
dude.
Oh, I was gonna say real quick. Last time I think you updated some of the stuff on the left, right, for the characters.
Did I not update your info on here?
I don't know, because after I leveled, I have 19 for my hit points at like max.
Okay.
Whoa, you're a tank.
I'm a fatty.
I upgraded it. Did I level everybody else up except Torin? No,
I don't know.
I don't think I did.
I don't think so.
That's we will. What we're doing right now, it's not necessary.
Okay.
But we'll get to it real shortly.
All right, cool. Just a second. All right.
Will somebody else hit exclamation points next in chat? I guess there's a vote to it now.
Whoever's on a computer, not me.
Do that.
Do it. Do it.
I'm gonna do it.
Do it.
Where's the chat?
Type in exclamation point next.
Or skip. Yeah. Or yeah, next. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, not in this Twitch chat.
There we go. Okay. So you Torin awaken by the bellowing roar of a creature in the distance. The ground shakes a little bit. Dusk, you notice a pool of water echo, some rings shaking in it. The trees start to creak and moan as something approaches.
Yeah. I was saying, I just wake up to like.
Are we able to tell? I mean, we're able to tell that this thing is big, right?
Yeah, the ground
Okay,
shakes. You're gonna
I'm gonna look for as much cover as I can.
You're inside
Jeez.
this nest that is kind of elevated 10 feet up off the ground.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god, what do we do?
Can we like go to the edge and look to see if whatever's coming is above or below us or anything?
I'm actually gonna go to the center of the nest.
Okay.
Sword, like out towards the whatever's coming.
Can you get closer to the phone? I didn't hear you, bud.
I'm gonna take my move to the center of the nest.
I can't hear you.
You
Yeah.
still can't hear me?
No, you crumble out in the middle.
Man, I'm sitting right in front of the microphone.
Shout real loud at it. That works for me.
It might be the rhythm bot, which stinks.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can
Yeah.
you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can hear you. Just make
Okay.
sure you're close to it.
I'm gonna I'm gonna move to the center of the nest
Okay.
and point my longsword kind of defensively in the direction and put up my dragon shield in the direction of wherever I hear the roaring coming from,
Okay.
which I'm assuming is the east.
Yeah. So Dusk takes a defensive stance in the nest.
I'm gonna pull out my crossbow and ready myself for whatever is about to come at us.
Okay. Waddle, Torin, is there anything you would like to do?
I'm keeping this egg.
It's Go ahead, Torin.
I'm just super disoriented, but I just see everyone else grabbing their weapons, so I just like reach for my hammer and shield, and I just kind of I go over to the edge and try and keep like I'm crawling low, trying to peek over the edge of the net.
Okay. Waddle, you want to try and take one of the eggs?
Yeah.
So
I'm either gonna.
you're a halfling, and this is like half the size of you. It's a pretty big egg.
Oh.
Do you have yeah?
Do you want to give it to me? I'll hold on to it for you.
I mean, that sounds kind of pedantic.
How would you hold on to it, Velvet?
I guess I
How would
won't.
I
I guess
hold on?
I'll just leave it alone.
I guess.
The giant ass egg. It's gonna raise it as my baby.
I mean, does anybody have storage of some kind? You can take it. It's just I want you to know it's.
No, it's a large egg. How would I carry that?
No.
All
I mean,
right.
I might have the strength for it, but I'm just gonna be like, leave it.
All right.
All right.
So
We have.
I guess I'll just brace myself.
who was asking a question just now?
We have backpacks and stuff. We just put a kid doesn't fit there.
I can't hear you. It sounds like you start off and then you like move your head or something.
All right, I'm gonna call back.
Okay.
Okay.
Call back harder.
Believe in yourself.
Waddle, you find a smaller egg that's still pretty large, but one that you feel like you can stow away. It's like the runt
good.
of the eggs.
Oh, good. All right. I'm gonna pop that in my bag, and I'm gonna name it.
Name it Babe.
I'm gonna name it, but I'm not ready to name it yet.
Oh yeah, don't rush it.
Yeah,
All
name's very important. You gotta think about it.
True.
It might be just named Dinner.
All right, I'm waiting for Dusk to jump back on, and then I will.
Throw us into danger.
You threw yourself into danger.
Oh, what?
What?
Yeah, I guess. Does our wizard have any spells charged up or anything?
You guys did a lot of combat last time, but like I said, we're doing something a little different.
Okay. We will
Is
trust
he
in the
coming
DM.
back? Is he coming back?
Uh-oh.
I saw the chat move. Thank you everybody for watching the internet broadcast system AXE+ARCANA game.
Yeah, I was gonna say, watching the last video, I hadn't heard the outro music before. That was awesome.
That is
Yeah, the
public
outro.
domain music by the United States Air Force Band. I am legally allowed to use that. Yes. All the music I use is public domain music. The footage is public domain.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I was like going through the United States Air Force Band, just listening to music, and I came to that, and I was like, "Mother of God, this is perfect." We are
It's wrote it for
warriors.
you.
I was stuck in my head for like a week after I edited that. Yeah, I've been working on.
Yeah, that was the first time I heard it.
Last week.
Yep.
Okay, can you guys hear me better?
Yeah.
Hey.
Really?
No, wait.
Much better?
Yes.
Sounds
think
better.
so.
Yeah.
Yeah, at the moment, yeah.
You guys heard what
Give
I
us-
said, right? I want to move to a defensive point in the middle of the.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got that part.
All right. So you ready yourself as the ground rumbles again and again, and then the trees part.
Oh my God.
Holy crap.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh my God. No.
Oh, that is
No.
brutal.
No.
I hide behind Torin.
This is the most brutal beast I've ever seen in my life.
You see this creature start to stomp its way towards this nest. You see it breathing, but it has exposed ribs. Light glimmers in through the eye sockets. You're not sure what kind of creature this is, but you know it's an undead version of whatever creature it is. You do not know.
Wow.
You see its nostrils start to flare as it picks up a scent, and its eyes sort of narrow as it looks around trying to place the origin of the scent. And then it makes contact with you 5 in the nest, and it starts to take a step, and another step, and another step, and you realize that this thing is embarking on a chase. So, your group scrambles out of this nest instinctively, crawling to the other side of the nest, and we are going to do a chase scene. So in this chase scene, you are going to be evading the zombie dinosaur through a myriad of biomes in this jungle. Each time we get to a biome, I'm going to ask you to pick one of your skills and tell me how you use that skill to get out of this scenario. You can tell me what you see. We're building this story together, so I'm going to paint the scene, and then you're going to take one of your skills and build a narrative with it to escape.
Like our magic hand or fireball.
So no, those are your abilities. I'm talking about your skills, like your
Athletics,
Acrobatics, animal handling,
medicine,
investigation, intimidation.
anything. But the trick is you can't use the same skill twice.
Oh.
Okay? So be clever with it and explain to me how you're using that skill, and then you'll roll the die and give it to me, and then we'll figure out if you succeed or not. 3 successes, and you will be able to escape the zombie T-Rex. 3 fails, and you are within biting range of this creature.
oh shit.
Cool?
Shit. Okay.
All right.
So
Cool.
you guys can go in any order you want, because this is kind of its own thing. So let's bring up... I like putting an example of the creature in the corner here.
Oh, sweet.
Wow, this thing is scary.
Oh, whoa.
Is Cloak Dude coming with us?
He's part of the chase, yes.
Okay.
So, your party scrambles off from the nests away from this T-Rex. You cover 50, 60, 70 yards when you come to a thicket of thorns. A large briar patch sits in front of you, but it is the only path you can take to evade the jaws of this undead creature. So, in any order, pick one of your skills and tell me how you get out of this scenario, and then you'll roll the die. If anybody needs help or I don't know.
So it's a thicket of brambles.
Yeah, big spooky cursed thicket of thorns. It feels like it would normally slow you down, but through your skills, through the things that make you a hero, you feel like you can overcome this. Like, imagine it's a chase in a movie or a cartoon, right? Like, what cool actiony way does your character Dusk, like, how can he get out of this, you know, using his wits and this environment?
Right.
Brian, will you give me the definition for Arcana?
So that is your knowledge of magics. So it's, if somebody casts a spell, you can say that's the school of evocation. Or you can say, hey, I know that thorn roots are primarily used in this kind of potion. Or it's a knowledge of things magical. And if you can think of a way to use that, I will hear it. You know what I mean?
Okay.
We should probably pick the stuff that we're like, we've got bonus points in, right?
Right.
I mean, that gives you the better, odds.
It has to be rolling, right? Like,
Yeah, you're still rolling, but like,
Oh,
Okay.
okay. So I have another question.
yeah, go
Well,
for it.
So I'm seeing the list of all the skills, and I see the ones that are highlighted with the black dots. Are those my only ones, or am I?
Those are the ones you're specifically trained in best. That's
Okay,
what you
but
are
I could
proficient in.
use, but I could use any of these if I wanted to,
Yes,
right?
100%.
Okay.
Because you can't use the same two, like at some point you will run out of your good skills.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I can go first if you want. I think I get this, and I'm
Yeah.
gonna blow up my +1s already.
Let's hear it.
I'm just gonna straight up, like, in a panic, use my athletics because I have +3 strength.
Okay.
And just, you know how I think like Captain America, how he like will jump through a shield, like he crouch down, so he's like behind his whole shield.
Yeah.
I kind of just do that into the brambles, like I duck behind my shield in midair, and
Love it.
cannonball ticket of it that I
That's-
think
That's awesome.
That's
looks like thin enough that I can just break through it.
exactly it. So roll me that d20, and then
Okay.
add your strength athletics.
I got 15 +3, so 18.
18. So Torin puts his head down, puts a shield in front, and does that dwarven charge. Jumps, tucks his knees in, and powers through a path through the thicket. He's sort of like skirting. You hear the thorn brambles scraping on the underside of his shield as he's kind of skirting in and out of the danger of the creature behind him. Good job, Torin. So, who would like to try next?
Jeez.
Guess I'll go.
Waddle, what you got?
So in my mind, I kind of see all these curves and arches and all these like thorns poking out all over the place,
Yeah.
and I just I look at them and I kind of pick out the ones that kind of look like they'd be strong enough to support my weight, and I just kind of use my perception skill to like kind of plot a course that kind of skirts all the damage.
Perfect. I love it. Roll me that
Alright.
perception check to make sure you're stepping in the strongest, less thorny parts.
All right, I'm gonna do the D&D Beyond roll the dice thing and see what happens.
Okay.
I'm gonna trust in the. It's a 3. Fantastic.
Plus,
Plus my perception skill of 2.
so a 5.
Yep, a magical number 5.
All right, so Waddle starts to jump into the thicket, and the first branch you place your foot on, this is a cursed thicket. It was a joke. It was real soft the whole time, and your foot falls through it.
The music got really intense.
Mm-hmm.
Waddle, you get you scrape yourself a little bit. You take 2 points of damage. Your foot lands on a thorn you weren't ready for.
Ow.
But you narrowly make it in. That is 1 fail for you. That is 1 success for Torin.
Oh man.
It's all right. You get 3 of each, so it's a game of chance there.
My egg's all right, right?
Are you ready?
Yeah, your egg's okay.
Okay.
Whew. Thank God.
All right, Velvet or Dusk?
Velvet, do you want to go?
I do not want to go.
Okay, I'll go. I'm gonna use a deception check,
Okay.
a deception skill. So I'm gonna try and like, kind of like juke one way, juke the other way while I'm running. I'm pretty tall, so I have these long strides.
Okay.
So I'm gonna like stride one way, stride the other, and can I like basically like here's the way I see it. This is actually this is why I actually wanted to go last, is because I was in the middle of the nest, and so I'm assuming that everyone kind of like took off while I was still in the middle of the nest, and so like I turn around and I see people leaving.
Yeah.
So I'm the last one in the bunch of people.
Uh-huh.
So I wanted to kind of like run and maybe try and like deceive the zombie into like running into the branches while I maybe dive through the hole in the thorns, that just like a face first dive
Sure.
through that Torin might have made.
Roll me your perception check, and then I will
Okay.
jump to Velvet, and then I'll tell you how yours resolves.
Perception or deception?
You said deception, right? You're trying to
Yeah.
trick it. You're going one way and not the other.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, roll that for me.
Oh my god, it's a critical one.
Oh God.
All right.
+4, so 5 maybe. I don't know.
Okay. Velvet, what would you do?
Okay, so I think I'm gonna go sort of in the same vein as Dusk and do a deception check.
Okay.
I think I want to cast a minor illusion of myself
Okay.
and try to create a copy to grab its attention while I try to find a gap in the thorns to sort of squeeze myself through and just to get out of harm's way. But I want to cast a minor illusion of myself.
Okay. So
But maybe have the thing just flailing its arms just wildly, just
Okay.
twirling and flailing.
I love it. Roll me that deception check.
Okay, that's a D20.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
And then if it's got the dot to it.
Well, 15 plus 5 for deception makes it a 20, I guess.
Ooh, nice. Deception.
I want Brandon to roll for me.
He can if you want.
Yeah, now that Brandon has his own die, they work really well.
I'm playing I'm using Google, the D20 roller. That's what I'm using.
Maybe I'll use that
Brandon
instead of
is doing such a good
Beyond.
job rolling for you.
I don't
So
have any of my own dice.
So Velvet is running and taps into his magic and creates a second version of himself and runs into the thicket as the dinosaur is closing in. Dusk is closing the rear and decides to try and start juking the creature out and jukes into the illusion of Velvet.
Oh no.
So it's just an illusion. It doesn't affect you at all.
Oh god. That
So
hurts.
you're fine, but that is one failure for Dusk and one success for Velvet.
Huzzah.
So Unicron in chat, some of you may know him as Zothok in the other game, said I cast deception on myself so that I might believe I can do it. All right.
That's what
So-
you should have done.
You make your way through the sticky thorn maze, and on the other side,
Dirty finger.
you're face to face with a swamp.
Ugh.
Oh, you know
Another
what?
swamp.
You know what? Let's see.
Damn.
11.
All right, let's see. Okay, so you make your way out of the thorns, and you are now face to face with a dense, marshy swamp. Gnarled roots bend in and out. Patches of gnats hover above carcasses of rotting dire elk. You hear the T-Rex behind you ripping through the thorns and realize you need to navigate through this ancient swamp. So,
Hot Pocket's ready.
the Hot Pocket Swamp It.
Swamp pocket.
Hot Swamp It.
Hot swamp it.
Yes, so, who would like to tell me how you are going to navigate the savage swamp to get away from the undead T-Rex?
Okay.
And
So, in this
I'm gonna go big on this one and use my survival skill.
Love it.
And
Do you want me to roll for you? You were saying earlier.
yeah, I actually think I'd like that a little bit better than anything else I got going on here.
Can you do me a favor? Will you explain the survivor skill to me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So survival is, when you think of like Aragorn the Ranger, survival is finding tracks in the snow, or, you know, hey, this fungus belongs to the red fungus bearing Akala is only grows on one part of the forest.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. Survivor Man sort of stuff. Les Stroud.
Pretty much the skill you should use in this one.
All right. Let's see. So, Waddle, we're using your survival?
Yes.
All right, here I
You
go.
got a +4.
+4. That's a 16 plus 4 is a 20.
Woo! Whoa!
So tell me how you survived this swamp.
I guess using my survival skill, I take a look at the swamp and I just know, oh, it's just like, you know, your typical swamp. So this will be a breeze, and I'll just kind of artfully dodge all of the sinkholes and all of the elk carcasses, and I might actually take a deep breath and just inhale a bunch of gnats just for the protein.
Good energy.
Love it. That is a success for Waddle.
All right, I want to try one.
All right.
I'm gonna use my medicine skill.
Okay.
The dead dire elk you mentioned.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to, as I'm kind of like stumbling out of the thicket and like gooping into the mess, I see that, and I quickly can tell that it died of just this horrible like skin rotting pus disease that I know of.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so as I run by it, I'm aware of the quality of the pustules on this, as that they burst into this like mist. So as I run by it, I kind of smack it with the back of my hammer, and it like does like a ninja vanish. It's disgusting.
Oh,
You're using it to mask your path? Your
yeah.
All right.
And confuse him by just having these spore clouds burst out of this dead thing. Yeah.
Okay, roll it. Yeah.
All right, let's try if that actually works. Probably not. I got 4 plus 4, so 8.
All right, so you hit the carcass, and no, those weren't spores. Those were tiny ticks eating it. And so they all like unlatch and start to chase after your heels and nip at your heels. That is one failure, Torin.
I just like curse swamps. Like I hate swamps. It's like swamps.
swamps are no place for a dwarf.
Velvet.
Well, okay. First off, I have one other question.
Yes.
What is the nature? How is that different from survival?
That's a real good question. Knowledge, I think knowledge nature. Let's use son of a.
It says in here. It says measures your ability to recall lore about terrain, plants, and animals, the weather, and natural cycles.
Is that survival or nature?
That's
Okay.
nature.
So what's survival? Like eating, tracking water, maybe?
Hunt wild game, guide your group through frozen wastelands, identify signs that owlbears live nearby, predict the weather, and or avoid quicksand.
Yeah, they seem like they kind of overlap a little bit.
So it's kind of like athletics and acrobatics in my mind. It's like different skills. Survival is a wisdom skill, and nature is an intelligence skill.
Yeah, I think the idea would be that like survival, like you've seen it, so you know it, but nature, like you've read about it.
Yeah. So intelligence is knowing tomatoes are a fruit. Wisdom means knowing not to put a tomato in a fruit salad. So nature would be like, okay, there's a high tide and a low tide. And survival would be like, hey, once in a while there's fish in this water, but I know when that time of day is. Maybe?
Okay, gotcha.
Make a case for me. Be creative, and
Yeah, you can make it work.
Right.
Kind of want to put a tomato in a fruit salad now.
Well, I think I was going to do my other thing anyway, but
Cool.
maybe
Let's
this
hear
is
it.
something. Well, I was going to use my stealth skill.
Okay.
I was basically I'm gonna look around me and I'm gonna see there's a bunch of mud and a bunch of leaves and twigs and stuff, and I kind of just like throw my body into the muddy pit and just sort of waddle around and flop around.
Oh, you
Myself
predator it?
nice and covered in mud, and shove some leaves in my hair and some twigs, and maybe there's some animal poop too. I rub it on my body for good measure.
Roll me
And
that. It's a. What do you do in disguise or a hide?
Stealth.
Stealth.
We say
You're getting all mud.
+3. Okay. I rolled a 9 +3 is 12.
All right, so you cover yourself in mud and fecal matter and all sorts of great stuff, and yeah, even your party doesn't see you as you kind of zip by successfully. What really did it is you put the moss on the right side of your body, and so it's like, well, that thing's moving, but it's moving the right way. As
That's right.
Velvet has one success.
Right.
Nice.
Dusk, you are up.
Man, I really want to like do something that kind of retroactively plays on the success of Velvet's move.
Yeah.
I want to use my persuasion skill to persuade him to have done what he did, so that I could just stand on his shoulders while he wades through the mud, through everything.
What?
Does that make sense?
Roll your dice and let's see what happens.
All right. Oh shit, that's an 18 + 5, so 23.
I don't know if he would let you ride on his shoulders, but he shows you how to put the shit on in just the right way to create the right shadows. And then the moss trick, right? The moss trick's really what sells it, and you
It's
succeed.
really important.
It's great. Like, after for the show, like, you don't even need the shit. It's just the moss, bro.
He just mastered the contouring.
Oh,
Yeah.
I wanted to persuade him to like wade through the stuff so that I could ride on his shoulders over it. So that I didn't have to get dirty. Like that was the idea.
Oh.
It didn't work.
It worked. I rolled a 23.
Yeah, I'm trying to think.
Or can I don't know. I can do something else.
We'll think about it. It was a success. That's what matters.
How about this? I just want to use my persuasion check to say that I persuaded Velvet to wade through the mud, and then I just kind of like hop through and get through wherever I can.
Through the wake? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Without getting as dirty as I can.
Yeah.
Just so I can see his path and then like,
Gotcha.
Stay close to me.
It takes a while to go back in.
That's one success and one failure for each of you, just so you know.
This is like
I've had 2
Legends of the Hidden Temple.
successes.
So, you make your way through the savage swamps. You hear the felling of dead timbers behind you as the predator is stalking you through these muddy marshes. When you come to a gorge with a long, rickety rope bridge, planks missing every so often, ropes frazzled and frayed, you know that this bridge will hold itself. Tell me how you are navigating this creepy, crickety old bridge. Waddle?
I am glad I saved my acrobats for this. Do you want to roll first, and then we'll figure it out, or do you want me to figure out
what are you trying
what
to
I'd like
do? You tell me what you're trying to do.
Yeah, tell us.
Right.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
I'm gonna
tell
use
us.
my acrobatic skill and just like, at the bare minimum, I can just tightrope this bastard.
Okay. All right, here we go. I'm doing this purple one.
He said, lusting after the tightrope.
Oh no, that's a 4.
Oh,
Oh no.
Plus what?
+5.
9.
Yep, 5.
So you jump up to tightrope, and the rope frays, and you land back on the bridge.
Oh no.
And you're like, all right, well that trick's not gonna work. And you use your nimbleness to pop across the bridge with your second failure.
Nice. Okay.
So you've got 2 failures, 1 success. Torin,
Yeah, I'm thinking about this one. Not a
if you
dwarf.
if you need to wait, or if you guys want to go in a different order, it's okay. Torin, Velvet, and
Yeah.
Dusk.
I'm thinking.
You guys should just use your acrobatic skills, like me.
I know what I want to do.
What is
I
it?
know what I
Dusk?
want to do. I want to use my intimidation. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go ahead and say that I'm kind of like freaked out by the heights.
Yeah.
So I want to use my intimidation check on my skill on myself to kind of psych myself up.
Okay.
And then run,
Yeah, I love it.
And then run across the rickety bridge as fast as I can.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, you're a worthless worm. You're nothing but a garbage-filled bag of maggots. You can't make it across this bridge. You'll never make it across this bridge. And then I just go for it and I run.
He, like, viciously mocked himself.
There again.
That is a 12 plus. What did I say? Intimidation.
Yeah.
Plus 4, so it's 16. 16.
So you think to yourself, man, nobody fucking talks to me like that, and you run across that bridge to prove that bastard wrong.
Get him.
2 successes, 1 failure for Dusk. Torin and Velvet.
I would like to ask about investigation skills.
Investigation is exactly what it sounds like. If
That's
Batman
kinda what
was crossing this bridge, he would use investigation.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking I'm going to use my investigation skill to kind of see what is the best way to get across this bridge safely. And I have an investigation of +5.
All right. Oh.
And I rolled a 3.
So an 8 total.
Yes.
So you're looking around, and you're like, all right, this is a solid plank of wood, and then your foot goes through it. Not a solid plank, so you lose some ground. You're a little shaken by it. You move a little
Ooh.
slower, but you make your way across the bridge, but with your second failure.
No, I thought I had 2 successes. And 1 failure.
You had 1 of each. This is the 3rd round.
Okay. Oh, the first one wasn't successful?
Yeah, wasn't his first one successful with his illusion?
That's- Yeah, it was an
Uh.
illusion. I made an illusion of myself. I thought I had 2 successes.
Okay, 2 successes, 1 fails.
Okay.
We're gonna go back
Thank
to the
you,
tape.
Torin.
Hey, Loco Boco, what's going on? All right, Torin, you are the
Yeah.
last to make it to this rickety bridge, running from the reanimated Tyrannosaurus.
Yeah, so my little dwarf stubby legs are falling behind. I know that this bridge is going to be a bit of a trouble for me, but I also know he's a giant T-Rex, and I'm like, he's not crossing this. How's he supposed to be following us? I'm going to try using my insight. The only other thing I have is +4.
Yeah.
It says it can predict, it's like attempt to predict a creature's movement or something, or lying, but
Okay.
so my idea was I'm going to look around and see like a log that's almost a branch that's a full tree that's almost falling over that I think it's going to use to jump off to cross the gap,
Yeah.
and I'm going to try and smack the root to weaken it to make it so his jump will kind of slow it down.
I love it. Awesome. All right.
Good job.
So I got +4 rolling, and I got an 8, so +4 is 12.
All right. So you run up and you start like bashing at this as the creature starts to make its way towards you, and then you pull away. You stay there as long as you can, weakening the roots, and sort of lumber across this bridge. Your big, heavy dwarven strides. It starts to rock left and right.
I'm picturing myself running like in the Hobbit, what's his name, the really fat one. Like,
Yeah. Torin with your second success.
oh, sweet.
What were the successes again? It's 3 fails and you're dead.
It catches up. Yeah.
Okay.
Don't nobody fail.
I've already failed once.
I got you beat.
Failure.
I got you beat.
So you make your way across the bridge, and let's see.
Yeah, got your money, not to worry.
You feel like you've bought yourself some time as you come to a gorge with running falls all around.
There's some adventurers across the way.
That's a gorgeous gorge.
I get it.
I used all of my green power on that one.
You feel like there are different ways to get across it, but that adventure is up to you. How do you cross this gorge of waterfalls as you are running from the reanimated Tyrannosaurus?
I know what to do. I'd like to use my performance skill to, as performatively as possible, yell to the adventurers across the stream to maybe throw us a rope or something.
Okay.
Are they there, by the way? Or
Sure. They weren't, but they are now.
Yes. All right. Fuck yeah. Okay, so I'm just kind of like, be like, far adventurers, throw us a rope or watch us die, and then hopefully they'll get us some cool shit. Okay, that's a 17 plus 5, so 22.
So the one with the bow in front sort of makes out what you're saying, reaches into her pack, does something, knocks her bow, and fires an arrow with a rope attached.
Sweet.
Across the gorge. Ties it off, kind of salutes you, sees what's pursuing you, and this party takes off.
Yeah.
Great.
With
Like, we don't want to hear that story.
your third success, Dusk.
Awesome. I'm going to use the rope to get across the stream.
All right. Who's next?
By the way, I wanted to do this first as a benefit to the party, as if it's possible that this could maybe, it would have been cool if I rolled a 20 and this could maybe get us all ahead or something, but
There is now a rope across if people want to try to use that. Yes.
Yeah, I'm going to cheese that rope real quick with my performance skill. I'm going to kind of get my arms and legs over it because I'm not very strong. And I'm going to just kind of like sloth style, just kind of like shimmy my way over to the other side without dying.
So you're doing like one of those like line walker things, but it's like really like a dance across it. Is that what you were using a performance skill for?
Yes. Yeah.
We're going to need to at some point hear the backstory of where you learned this dance, Master Wizard.
Years of yoga training.
I have 3 years of tap, 2 years of ballet. Okay, I'm going to roll. I rolled a 14.
All right,
16.
So you remember the cadence of this dance, and you're able to find your footing on this rope that Dusk persuaded an adventuring party to throw you the line, and you make your way across with your third success.
Hello.
Torin and Waddle.
Yeah, so I'm like, there's no way I can make it on that rope.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like walking on the edge, looking to like the waterfalls on the other side.
Uh-huh.
Just trying to use my dwarven sense of caves and be like, there's always a cave behind waterfalls. It's like a rule. So I'm gonna try and roll for perception and see if I can see a cave that's at an angle where if I jump and fall, like I'll like land in it.
Okay.
So let me try it. I have +2, and like to not get separated from the group, I assume the cave will come out on the other side somewhere.
Okay.
I rolled a 3 +2, so it's a 5.
Okay, so Torin gets to the edge of the cliff and he kind of does that dwarven calculus, right? You see the numbers popping in front of his head as he's thinking. And he looks, he readies up and he dives and misses and drops into the water below. And we will revisit Torin on the next turn. With his second failure.
Yeah, 2 fails and 2 successes for me.
Waddle.
All right, so let's. I'm gonna use my athletics skill.
All right.
Which I don't think I've used that one yet.
Okay.
And I'd like to kind of use the rope as kind of like a guide, and I just kind of want to swim across real quick. Or what is it they do in Oregon Trail? Ford? Can I ford the river?
Yes, you could ford it.
What is it? Wait. Fording
You
the
might
river.
die. You might die of dysentery, though.
It's
There's
running
a
water.
high chance of dysentery when fording rivers.
It's running water. I don't think you can get dysentery.
Look,
Wow.
water.
I want to run.
equals
I want to run
dysentery.
faster than the water.
You're using your athletics check?
Yes, please.
Roll that athletics check. Let's see it.
You want me to do it?
Yeah.
I'll do it.
Oh, do you want me to roll it?
Nah, it's all right. I got it. It's a 12 plus a 1.
Somebody in chat said roll for dysentery.
Roll to get dysentery.
Roll for dysentery.
Oh, roll for dysentery.
All right. So Waddle, you step back and you're like, I'm gonna run faster than this water. I'm gonna run faster than this water. I'm gonna run faster than this water. And you close your eyes and you start running, and don't realize you clear the rope that Dusk threw across because this was a gorge and there wasn't water making its way all the way across. There was like a dip in between. And so you close your eyes and you run. You're like, I'm running faster than water. Oh my God, I'm doing it. And you open your eyes and you're on the other side with your second success.
All right. I believed in myself.
All right, so Waddle and Torin each have 2 successes, 2 failures. Velvet and Dusk have each succeeded.
Velvet and dusk.
Velvet and dusk.
So you guys
Build music together.
start to jog a little ways up, and out of a like an underwater tunnel way, foomp, the dwarf pops up like a bobber. His weight, he did not clear the gorge, but his weight of all of his armor and shield pulled him to the bottom of this gorge system, and he found a network of tunnels. And dwarves always find level, and he popped back up. So
Hot pocket.
It's like I knew there had to be some caves.
he was right. You just didn't land in the one you meant to.
Yeah.
So let's see what time is it. It is 8:05. All right. So we are now getting to, as you make your way away from the waters, you hear the dinosaur in the background, still on your tail. Dusk and Velvet feel like we got it. This thing can't catch us. But Torin and Waddle are still a little nervous about it.
We got little legs.
Huh? Yeah, little leg.
Ew.
The water quickly gives way. The greenery and the grass fade away as the rock becomes more black and smooth. And as you come around the corner, you notice the landscape has changed as you have reached the base of one of the volcanoes your party was trying to get to. But this volcano does not erupt in plumes of red, but instead is a chromatic volcano.
Oh wow, that's awesome.
Um,
It's okay. You can say beautiful.
Torin, you are immediately struck with the sight of this and realize that the forages of deep smelt sat at the base of a chromatic volcano.
Whoa, shit! That's animated.
Yeah, I have been working with Premiere.
It looks
Look at that.
great.
Yeah.
It's like we're really there.
Right? Too bad it isn't still Pride Month.
I can feel the heat.
Every month's Pride Month.
Pride Month.
Wait, so what have I used so far? Persuasion, deception.
So,
I can't remember what I used.
You better
Intimidation.
remember. You better remember.
there are, where there were pools of water, thank you, Metronome. There are now pools of bubbling magma around you. The smell of sulfur is acrid and thick in the air. Torin's loving it.
Yeah. This is much better than a swamp.
Everybody else not so much. So Velvet and Dusk are able to find clear footholds through this field. But Waddle and Torin, I need you to each make one more skill check.
Okay.
A skill you have not used to evade this final field.
Final. It's finally
Final.
fielding.
So final. This is it.
Just again, what are we running through? Or this is just like, are we near this volcanic?
Yeah, you're
opening,
at the base of this
base.
volcano, and there's pools of magma and lava and hot stones, geysers.
I'm sorry, I don't know how I missed that. Okay, my bad. Thanks.
It's all right, no worries. But you find safe footing. You succeeded.
Oh,
in
I'm good.
Yeah. You and
You and
Velvet.
me, we're doing great. We're climbing up and holding hands.
Oh,
Yeah.
Friendship
Yay.
hands.
You guys approach. There is
I
a
mean,
structure in the
ugh.
distance that you are sort of heading towards, and feel like, okay, this is a direction maybe we could head.
Like shelter or something.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so like you said, I see it. My eyes are just like glistening, like in cartoons, like watery. It's beautiful. Like it's whisper. Deep smelt. Like I don't know if that's what it is, but I've never seen a volcano like this one before. So yeah, I'm like pumped to like prove myself that this is my territory and I can. So I'm just gonna try and use survival and try and recognize which rocks are like sturdier to
Yeah.
climb than the others and stuff. So let me roll. Yeah, 16.
Oh, so
Plus
you
two.
like an elf in the trees. You're like bounding from rock to rock.
nice.
Super happy. Ain't nobody gonna kill my sunshine.
Yeah.
With your third success.
Finally, things are coming up for it.
Waddle, it is down to you.
Oh man,
Come on, Waddle.
Waddle's got to do it.
Got that egg. You gotta think about that egg. You gotta live for that egg.
I got to live for the egg.
Yeah, you're a dad now.
You're a father.
Egg is
you have
life.
responsibilities.
Egg is life.
Literally.
With that said,
Am I rolling for you?
maybe, yeah, maybe, sure. Maybe I should use animal handling and like kind of use the egg as like
Ooh.
one of those rolling stones and just kind of stand on top and just roll with it.
Like you recognize that this is like a rock hard egg for the first time.
God, I want this to work. Let
Success,
this work.
Trevor. Success.
Let this work.
Success. No, he succeeds.
You succeed.
He succeeds. He sees the contours of the egg, and he finds some obsidian, some like smoother rainbow gradient glass, and he rolls that egg down and spins on top of it.
The egg's surprisingly sturdy.
Yeah, well, it's a dino egg.
Exactly. It has to be.
Yeah.
Because of nature.
It's like, some sort of pre-fossilization.
Yeah.
Heavy in calcium. Heavy in calcium.
Yeah, that's how it works.
All right, so I didn't rainbow this out. I'm sorry. Just pretend.
Oh.
I was up pretty
Okay.
late doing the other one anyway.
Imagination.
I cast minor illusion to portray a rainbow on the volcano.
So you make some ground up in the lava fields at the base of this mountain and make your way towards ruined buildings at the foot of this. So you get to a set of ruins, the first you come across, and I would like you all to make stealth checks for me.
Woo! Glad I saved that one.
This is so you are out of the chase. You have successfully escaped the T-Rex, and so now we are rolling to see how well you are hidden from it.
All right.
19 plus 2.
21
Sorry.
for Dusk.
I rolled a 19.
Dusk rolled a 19 plus 2, 21.
And I rolled a 15 minus 1, so 14.
All right.
I got a 14 plus 3.
17. Nice. And Velvet, you rolled a what? 19?
Mine was a 16 plus 3.
19. Okay, good. Those are all very good stealth rolls. So you tuck into the first building you see and feel like you can take a breath as you've escaped the chase of this creature for now.
Yay! Confetti.
Thank goodness.
Confetti.
No confetti, we're hiding.
Oh, sorry.
Shut up!
Looking for the best
Like you're
your
about to
sexy-
pass a confetti spell.
Use your sexy voices. Whispers.
All my voices are sexy voices.
Whispers. Let's see. Let's do this.
What's gonna happen?
Oh, do we need it?
Yo, somebody hit next on there. And
Somebody.
in Discord. Yeah, there we go. Perfect.
If Papa was a rolling stone, then I guess Mama was some sort of flying reptile.
Wow.
It's very
The
well.
logic was sound.
Yeah, I can't argue with that.
I'm writing that down.
I'm just excited about this little baby dinosaur I got in this egg thing.
I can't wait to meet him or her.
Or eat.
Or
Let's just keep all the options available.
fair.
So you feel like you are pretty well hidden and can take a breath for now. It's very warm. It's been humid this whole time, but now you're nestled at the base of a volcano, and the immense heat radiating from the cauldron above is noticeable.
I'm fire resistant.
Okay. Oh, so you feel
that's-
fine.
That's lucky.
So
I have resistance to. Wait, I'm sorry. I have resistance to fire damage. I'm not fire resistant.
Oh, no, I'm not till 6. Okay.
you're resistant to fire damage, which means you take half damage if it's fire.
Right.
Non-magical fire, I believe. So you guys feel comfortable enough that you would probably take a rest here, take your 8 hours rest. Some of you have taken damage. You've cast a lot of spells since we started, since you've been in this time zone. and you feel like you were hidden well enough that this is where you will take refuge for the night. The cloud's kind of covered in soot, so it's hard to tell what time of day it is anyway, but yeah, you feel like you can keep somebody at watch, take turns resting, and you will regain all your spells and hit points back.
Okay.
All right. Long
I'll
rest.
take first
today.
watch. I'll take first watch. I got key points I got to use.
I'll take second watch.
I'll take third.
I guess I'll get last. And I have this Blessing of the Forge. It says at the end of a long rest, I can touch a non-magical object to make it temporarily a magical +1 object.
Oh.
So I'm just like thinking, like, who wants a bonus for the next day?
In the morning you do that?
Yeah, it says at the end of a long rest.
Okay.
So
Cool. Yeah.
So, can I also sing a song of rest? Are we being quiet?
You feel like you still feel the random footfalls of this creature in the distance.
Okay.
You feel safe where you are, but you know that it's out there. With a full night's rest, you'll get everything back. So you don't feel like it's necessary to sing unless you just want to sing for the heck of it.
No, that's okay.
Start throwing coins at him.
yeah,
So,
yeah. I think I'll be like to Waddle. I'll be like, if we're gonna go in there, it's gonna be a little hot for your exposed body. Let me enchant your armor while we're resting.
Oh, that'd be great, except I don't wear armor. Oh no.
You don't even have like leather armor or anything.
Yeah, dude, I think I'm just wearing normal stuff.
I think you wear light armor. Well, I'll have to look at it again.
Let me look
I
in
think
here.
it's leather.
Well, if
You
he
tell me,
doesn't,
boss.
then Velvet. One of y'all like give +1 to armor.
She give it to Velvet.
Okay.
I'll take it.
I'll be like, I don't know what to do with this robe, but I'll do something. like not metal.
Never have too many robes.
So you guys nestle in for the night in the ruins at the base of this chromatic volcano. Waddle stays up to be the first watch for the night. So Waddle, will you make me a perception check?
Okay. It's a 12 plus perception. 2. 14.
I'm going to go down the line. Dusk, will you give me a perception check? Velvet and Torin, I'm going to ask all of you for a perception check.
Okay. Yeah, I already rolled.
Oh, wow. I rolled a 20.
Nice. Dusk or
Oh,
Torin?
yeah. I rolled a 16 plus 2, so 18.
Is Dusk
I
there?
rolled an 8 plus 1, 9.
Nice. What's that, bud?
I got booted out. Sorry. I don't
that's
know
all
if
right.
I missed anything.
No, I was getting everybody's initiative. Initiative. Haha. No, you wish. Perception checks.
Perception.
So Waddle perceived a 14 on his first watch. So night settles in, and you are up for a couple hours, and you're kind of lulled by the slow trickle of the colorful lava. You'll see pools of it kind of trickling out of the side of the volcano, but nothing eventful happens, and your pass ends. Dusk. Waddle wakes you up, and it is time for your turn to keep an eye out. You rolled a 9. A geyser or something must have gone off, because on your watch the sky is hazy, and you find it hard. You keep trying to peek outside, and there's soot and ash, and it's hard to see, but nothing happens on your turn.
Nice. Thank you.
Velvet, you're woken up, and you're treated to a night where the clouds have the the steam from the volcano has tapered a little bit, and you get a wonderful view of the stars for the night. You feel as if the cosmos are speaking to you, like you're supposed to be here. Something's right. And
Bitchin'.
nothing eventful happens other than some self-realization. Not to undersell it, but and that is the end of your watch. So Torin, you get up. You know, you're really feeling your oats. You're on top of a mountain that means something to you. I imagine maybe you pour yourself a little cup of Dwarven coffee. You say your prayer.
To chant, just be like, oh, you know, it kind of makes sense in the way that metal makes sense. Sort of me.
Yeah. So you go to the window to start your watch, and you see the giant eye of the T-Rex blinking and looking at you.
Oh my god.
Oh, can I take the
God.
coffee?
Everybody's still asleep. It's just you. Awake. What would you do?
So it has it seen me? Can I tell? Like, do I just hold still at first?
It blinks and then lifts its head.
Good move, dude. T-Rex vision's based upon move.
Listen to him. He knows.
Science says this should work.
Yeah. So if it raises its head, so it's like it's not looking at me anymore. Like it's like.
You can't see it. Its head is out of sight.
Okay.
So you know it's still outside, but you don't see it because of its size and proximity to the ruin.
Okay. Is anyone like laying close to me that I know? Like which one's like just like tap or something like that?
Yeah, whoever's next to you, you tell me.
I'm gonna say Dusk is next to me. I kind of tap his foot like really slowly.
Dusk, you're awoken.
And I'm trying not to move like my upper body, but I'm kind of like whoosh, like motioning my head a little towards the window.
So Dusk wakes up and sees Torin looking down on him, and Torin kind of nods towards the window as you see the shadow pass by the window. There's a beam of light as light shines through the femur of the leg of the creature as it passes by. And you immediately understand what's going on.
All right. I get up and I am gonna shake the person lying next to me, which I'll say is Velvet.
All right, Velvet, you're shaken awake. By
You know, I'm shaking him up with my hand right over my mouth. So I cover his mouth.
For some reason, I imagine he still has that he held up. It's like poof.
I had food in my mouth, but it sounded like I was covering my mouth, so it worked.
It worked.
What are you eating?
I immediately see what's going on, and then I start kicking at the person next to me, frantically.
It was Waddle. Waddle, you're kicked up as you notice the ground shake in that familiar footfall from the creature, and are the realization that the beast is outside.
Did I just pop up like a cat that just got disturbed?
Velvet kicked you. He kicked that spot where you stepped on a thorn earlier. I was just healing up.
It's just starting to
Almost
get
there.
better.
You're woken up because you're immediately worried that something's happening to your egg. Your
Got that motherly instinct. My baby.
My baby.
So you are all now awake. Your health points are back, hit points, your spells are all replenished from a full night's sleep. But now you are in the ruins at the foot of this volcano with the undead creature stalking around outside.
Oh,
So this is no
jeez.
longer chase rules. This is we back in it.
We're back in it.
So what would you like to do?
Anybody got like a historical knowledge or anything? No, I guess it wouldn't matter in a foreign land.
Well, first I throw the robe that I enchanted to Velvet to slip back on, and his like comical like sleeping time pajamas again.
Oh, nice. So
Enchanted
We've got to keep track that he's supposed to have +1 AC, I think. For
Okay.
the rest of the day.
So
And
Velvet,
I-
remember for us, you have enchanted the dwarf's god has given blessing to your robes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
You-
+1 AC. It says. Okay.
They're still soft as ever, but the outside feels like it's like a non-Newtonian fabric. When something hits, it hardens a little more.
Okay.
But just for the
Neat.
next 24 hours.
Yeah, I'm just like, I don't think it's gonna save you from getting bit, but I don't know.
Wait, why am I going out? I don't want to go anywhere. Where would she?
Just in case.
We should look around the room. Is there like another exit? Is there like what is
Yeah,
in
good
this room?
idea.
I think
Go ahead.
I have an idea.
Okay.
I think we should like maybe. Is there any chance of us being able to like climb a little bit up this volcanic peak? I think like I don't know, maybe because the zombie T-Rex like only has big legs, it might have a hard time climbing steep surfaces.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Maybe we could climb up a little bit closer to the peak and kind of go around it.
You can take a peek out the. So there's a couple windows, and then there's one door. And so if you want to go to the door and make me a perception check to try to see if you can scope out something like that, roll that for me.
Do it.
Any chance I could make an investigation instead of a perception check?
No, we're gonna go with perception on this one. Investigate's
Okay.
more like up close, and perception's kind of the broader picture.
Okay. All right, that's a 7.
So you look out, and boy, it looks pretty steep on all sides. Maybe if you had a stamina potion. Sorry, that was a Zelda joke. But you're not.
I need my climbing outfit.
Yeah.
Wait. You know what's actually funny is I remember guys last time asking who had a climb potion when I wasn't there, and that was me.
I'm gonna use Ravioli's Gale to just fly up.
Ravioli's Gale. But you do see, so there's another set of ruins. This is like a complex of ruins at the base of this. And as you're trying to peek out and see it, you're not sure, but you see a person sort of hugging up against a wall like they're hiding. Yeah.
Okay.
Person. Okay.
Why is there a person there? Who wants to figure what's going on with that?
Let's go talk to that guy, or let's try to get his attention.
How would you do that? You
Somebody
still feel
shoot an
the
arrow at it.
I can shoot a crossbow at him near him.
That's a good idea.
Attention.
Unless you miss.
Unless I miss. Yeah, maybe I shouldn't do that.
Velvet the Wizard.
I can do a.
Actually, I'm gonna use my whistle stick and try to get his attention.
Wait, that's
Wait,
just gonna get
go
the
use the
dinosaur.
whistle stick. They'll alert the dinosaur. I can do like a mage hand. I can just like summon a big old hand to wave at him right in front of his face, and then point. in our
All right, you're right.
Terrify them.
You're 100% right.
Yes.
All right.
Okay, so let me.
That's a
roll it.
cantrip. I don't think you have to roll for it.
Oh,
Right?
okay.
It's one of your free ones.
Yes.
So you're going to summon your little spectral hand and wave it in front of their face?
Yes.
All right. So Velvet reaches into
Your
his
cute little spectral hand.
pouch, says a
call-
couple
I'm
words,
sassy.
focuses his energy into, I forgot if we said you had a staff or an orb.
I have a quarterstaff.
Quarterstaff, yeah. So you're grip that quarterstaff, you draw on the energies around you and summon this magic hand that floats in front of the person. She turns and looks and kind of makes eye contact with you from across this set of ruins. And you see her kind of like move her head, try to make sense of what she's seeing.
We shouldn't yell. We don't want to get the dinosaur's attention, but maybe we can motion for her to like see. Well, is she like? Can she get to us? Is she like not able to get?
It
us?
looks like she is hiding.
She is hiding.
Excuse
Yeah.
me.
We should motion for her to come and join us, and also like have our fingers to our lips, be very quiet. Obviously, don't make noise. Is that what we should do, guys?
I mean, that's the best idea so far.
Yeah. So
Oh, you know what?
Can we see the dinosaur? Is it like kind of patrolling
I
around?
can.
let me hear what Dusk was asking first. Dusk?
Oh wait, never mind. I don't want to do that. Never mind. Forget it.
Lies.
Make me a perception check there, Torin, to see if you can see the dinosaur.
Okay. Plus 2, I got 15, so 16, 17.
So you look out and you certainly
13.
What's that?
13.
What do you?
13 for what?
The perception check.
I'm sorry, I was asking Torin too. But I'll give it to you
I'm
also.
sorry.
No,
I thought
it's
you
good.
said the whole team.
It's all good. It's all good.
You cracked out for a second.
Good job, Tim. Good job.
It's all good. Everybody can see it. Torin, what did you roll?
I rolled a 15 plus 2, so 17.
Okay, so Torin looks out and he can make out the reanimated corpse of the T-Rex, but it looks like it's no longer interested in you guys. It starts to take a ready stance against the thing that Dusk saw.
What?
The person
Oh,
against the wall.
What?
So
Holy crap.
the T-Rex readies itself and from behind a building that you didn't see. Is it horizontal? There we go. A Goralin, an undead Goralin, a four-armed like baboon, charges out from behind a building and starts punching into the undead T-Rex.
Holy crap!
This is the most metal thing ever.
Holy crap. It's like
Um,
King Kong.
Seems vaguely familiar.
So it is inspired. You're right. Aren't we having fun?
I wonder if the female fighter's name is Ann Darrow.
Should ask.
So you see her.
Isn't it Ann Darrow?
She sees this, and you make the realization she was hiding from the undead ape creature. And
Oh.
she sees this and bolts off in the opposite direction, sort of using this combat as cover. So she runs off.
I do that too.
I'm gonna do the same. I'm gonna follow her full speed.
Yeah, I suppose we should do that too.
All right. Will each of you make me either a stealth or an athletics to run away, like fast or
Super.
stealthily?
Okay,
Super runaway.
I'm gonna stealth run away. Oh,
I got a
jeez.
12 plus 3 for stealth, so 15.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
I
I'm not gonna
rolled.
tell, but I'm just gonna try and book it with my athletics and get. I got 8 plus 3, so 11.
Velvet, what'd you get?
I rolled a 5 plus a 3, which is an 8 for stealth. Which is not good.
And Dusk, what you got?
I got 13 plus 2, so 15.
Oh, jeez.
All right. So everybody seems able to shuffle away, but Velvet, the weight, there's a slight weight difference from when the dwarf enchanted your robe, and you
My bad.
step on the train a little bit. It's not your fault. Like, the fabric was altered and you weren't ready for it. So you slip a little bit, and you kind of miss the window to run after your friends.
Oh,
no.
God.
So you fall behind a little bit. You start making ground between them, but the party's sort of on one side, and you're building hopping right in between fights, trying not to get seen. The Goralian will punch the T-Rex, and you'll run behind another room, and then the T-Rex will scrape at the side of it, and you'll make another one. The Goralian hits the T-Rex with one particular blow, and something shoots out of the gut cavity. A couple things shoot out of the gut cavity and land beside you.
Oh.
And they start to shimmy and move as
God,
partially
it's baby.
eaten corpses that were in this thing's stomach.
What? There's
He ate a bunch of undead dudes.
And they start shimmering.
Me what now?
So, Velvet, 2 zombies, and then the rest of the party, while these creatures are duking it out in these ruins at the base of the chromatic volcano.
Oh my God.
That's very picturesque.
It's beautiful.
Velvet, so you feel like your party's not that far away, but they could be miles away at this point. You know, what would Velvet do?
Can he pee himself a little bit?
Do you have what first level spells do you have?
Yes.
I got magic missile and mage armor.
Oh,
So
Cast a
I'm gonna
magic.
shoot-
What are you gonna do?
I was going to cast magic missile. It's going to zap him.
So that's 3 4-sided die. Plus
put that
one.
armor on yours.
3 4-sided die.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you roll them, and each one you get to add +1,
Okay.
and they all hit no matter what.
Okay. Cool.
So.
All right. First one is a 4 plus 1.
5. Okay.
Second one is a 1 plus 1.
2.
And then the third one is a 3 plus 1.
4. All right. So Velvet grabs the staff. Where's the music? Is the music on?
The music.
Give it some battle music. Give it some battle jams.
Drama music.
Drama jams.
Drama jams.
You grab your staff.
Yeah.
You draw into that magic power, and 3 bolts of arcane force fly out of your hands. 2 of them zip through the skull and chest of one of the undead and drops it. The other one whips through the thigh of one of them, and he stumbles a little bit, but starts to lurch towards you, Velvet. And it reaches out to get you, and from behind the building, an axe fall as the barbarian woman swings her axe and stops it from grasping you.
Is she a barbarian?
She's a barbarian.
Barbarian?
So she looks at you and she's like, "We should get out of here," and bolts in the direction of your friends.
And I yell, "Absolutely," and go running quickly behind her.
Absolutely. So you guys see this happen. You see this barbarian who was hiding from the Goralin run towards you and past you and back into the woods.
Absolutely.
And as she passes you, she's like, "Try to keep up." Woo. Runs into the woods as these creatures duke it out until they're no longer in sight.
Speaking of keeping up, what happened to our hooded friend?
You do not remember seeing him after the thorn patch.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Poor guy.
That's kind of awkward that we're just now remembering that he's not here.
It's been a long day.
Like
So-
Grandpa's Nathan.
You get into the woods a little bit, and you notice the barbarian. She starts to slow down and relax a little bit. Lean up against a tree and start taking a drink of water.
Oh. Wow, I have to really say thank you back there for that help and that save. I might have been in trouble there for a minute. Who are you? What are you doing out here?
Oh, she puts down her weapon, and you notice she's missing her middle finger.
Oh, that's fine.
And she's like, "My name's Gorilla. Gorilla Red."
Gorilla Red.
That's a good name.
That's 2 D's on the red.
Definitely not Ann Bear, bro.
No.
2 D's on the red.
And that's where we will end tonight's game.
Yeah.
What's
We
that?
live one more day.
Yeah, I imagine maybe there's a camera that zooms in on you, Velvet.
Velvet, yes. As my mustache
Uncurls
uncurls.
upon hearing
What's that dramatic? Can we get us some dramatic bump, bump, bump?
I don't have any available right now, but I will get it to the soundboard. Yeah, that's where we will end tonight's game. I'm going to go ahead and close the stream out. We'll talk to you guys for a little while longer. Somebody in chat, Metronome, says bum, bum, bum. So there you go, Velvet. You got it.
Yeah, thank you.
We're going to call that tonight's AXE+ARCANA game. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Thank you guys for playing. We are here every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Central playing some 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons. We got 2 different parties playing in the same universe, so check us next week for that game. And then on Thursdays at 8 p.m. Central, we play Rocket League with the Volcano Gaming Club. Hey, I should use some of the Volcano assets. Anyway,
Yeah, that's great. Theme.
thank you guys, and we will see you next week. Bye.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Thanks, Brian. Bye.
Y'all know you can't stop us, cause we are warriors. Y'all know you can't stop us, cause we are warriors. Y'all know you can't stop us, cause we are warriors. Y'all know you can't stop us, cause we are warriors.
Stop and think about the things you do, the things you say, cause we gon' bring it to you each and every day. Don't play around, clown, we'll put you down. The warriors are here, we came to chase the haters away. We throw down for our brothers, down for our mothers and their sons and daughters to fight for freedom and peace. We'll have you tied out like a phone line, cause we always on the grind. You got beef, why don't we take it to the streets? When you hear the all call, you're gonna fall. Like reservoir dogs, have you run like babies on the crawl? Or have you tied up with